Hello, everyone. In today's deep dive, we are going to be able to explore a high stakes legal showdown caught in the attention of a lot of gamers and also the industry and insiders alike. At the heart of the battle, we got Pocket Pair's Palworld, a game that has been found itself in the crosshairs of Nintendo and the Pokemon's company. With the lawsuit flying and patents being scrutinized, we're going to unpack the details in this case, examining the strengths, weaknesses of each side, and predict the potential outcomes. Could Pocket Pair fend off their massive legal challenges, or will Nintendo and TPC come on top? Let's break down and find out who might just have the upper hand in this intriguing legal battle. Stay tuned as we delve into the world of gaming lawsuits, patents, and what it means for the future of Palworld. So before we dive on who's going to win this lawsuit, the plaintiff claims that Palworld, which was released on January the 19th, 2024, infringes on three different patents, which are 7545.19.1, 7493.11.7, and 7528.39.0. Give you a quick just preview on what exactly each of them is. The first patent is about aiming and firing some sort of an item toward a character in a field. It literally specifies that triggering a combat state. Second one is in regards to the patent is something about being able to capture creatures in the wild rather than just in battle settings. And the last one is about riding creatures in an open world and transitioning between those creatures. So that is a quick preview of all the three different patents. In summary, they're looking 5 million yen plus late payment damages to Pokémon Company and 5 million yens plus late payment damages to Nintendo Company. Now that we got that out of the way and you guys know a little bit more about each of them, now who is really going to win this? Looking at the details, this case could tilt either way, but the odds might slightly favor Pocket Pair for a few key reasons. Timing of the patent grants, the fact that Nintendo and TPC's patent were granted after Palworld's already release worked significantly in Pocket Pair's favor. It's challenging for Nintendo and TPC to claim damages on patent and didn't exist when Palworld launched in January 2024. Even though Nintendo and TPC are targeting the period after the patents were granted, the defense could argue that Palworld had already established its gameplay elements by then, indicating that Pocket Pair didn't act with intent to infringe. Let me know and sound it off in the comments. Who do you think is going to win this lawsuit? Nintendo and TPC or Pocket World? Let me know and sound it off. Second point, prior to the RN validity of the patents, Pocket Pair has had a good argument in claiming that many gameplay elements like battling and monster riding existed before Nintendo's patents, making these elements too generic to justify patent protection. Japan's court could look at whether these mechanics were widely used in games outside Pokemon, possibly invalidating Nintendo's and TPC's patent altogether if Pocket Pair successfully argues that these elements are standard in the gaming industry. Number 3, distinctiveness of Palworld. Pocket Pair emphasizes that Palworld's gameplay and themes are starkly different from Pokemon, including the darker survival-driven storyline where players can harm or exploit creatures. This distinct could resonate with the court. It highlights the creativity differences that reduces the impression of copying. And then we move on to number 4, modest damages sought by Nintendo and TPC. The relative low $65,700 US in damages reflects the narrow time frame of which Nintendo and TPC can legally claim infringement. This limits scope weaknesses of impact on Nintendo's case. From Pocket Pair's perspective, the cost of defending this case might be worth it, especially if they can maintain their creative freedom without major financial losses. Why Nintendo and TPC could still win? Well, Nintendo and TPC have on edge due to their strong track record of IP protection and their significant legal resources. Japanese courts have sometimes sided with IP holders, especially those with long-standing reputations and defending their brands. So if Nintendo can effectively argue that these patents cover unique elements essential to Pokémons, they might push Pocket Pair into a settlement. So likely outcomes, settlements with favorable terms for Pocket Pair. Given the nuance of the case, a settlement seems most probable. Pocket Pair might choose to negotiate a deal whether they pay nominal damages, but retain the rights to continue distributing Palworld. Nintendo and TPC, meanwhile, might see value in setting a soft precedent without going through the risk of complexities in a full court battle, particularly when the patents were granted after Palworld's launch. In short, Pocket Pair likely has the upper hand here, though a modest settlement would probably satisfy both parties without risking a all-out legal defeat. How about if Nintendo wins? What happens? If Nintendo and Pokémon Company, TPC, win the lawsuit and Palworld continues to generate profit, whether Pocket Pair has to pay ongoing fees or royalties depends on the specific terms set by the court or agreed upon in a potential settlement. Here are the likely scenarios. So we got about 3 different scenarios. The first one, injunction and licensing fees. Injunction. If Nintendo and TPC win, the court issues an injunction. Pocket Pair might be ordered to cease using the infringed elements altogether. This would mean that Palworld would have to remove or alter the specific gameplay features of the mechanics, in which you guys already know, it's 3 of them, which are covered by Nintendo's patents. For instance, they might need to modify their battle system or monster riding mechanics to differentiate them from Pokemon's patent methods. Licensing and agreements. Altering Nintendo's and TPC might agree to let Pocket Pair keep on the original mechanics of Palworld, but with a licensing fee arrangement. In this case, Pocket Pair would pay an agreement upon percentage of revenue of the flat fee for the rights to continue using these gameplay features. Licensing agreements are common when a court finds infringement, but both parties see the value in keeping the product on the market. And then we got one-time damages or royalty. If they go ahead and go the one-time damage payment, Nintendo and TPC might opt for a one-time payment rather than ongoing royalties if they're more interested in settling a legal proceedment than continuous profits from Palworld. This will mean Pocket Pair pays a lump sum in damages based upon the projected revenues, but wouldn't need to make ongoing payments as long as they comply with the terms. And if you guys already know, Palworld was able to sell over 20 million copies, which is a lot, and this is why we're talking about this lawsuit, Nintendo versus Palworld. And then we move on to royalties and the future sales. If Nintendo and TPC want to continue compensations for Palworld's success, they would negotiate royalty payments based on the future sales. This setup would involve Pocket Pair paying Nintendo and TPC a small percentage of profits or revenue for every copy sold from the point of the judgment onward. And then we have the last point, which is removing or altering content. In some cases, the court might allow Pocket Pair to keep selling Palworld as long as they modify the specific infringing elements, which are 3 of them. For example, Pocket Pair could change the look of the functioning of the battle system or the way players interact with creatures, avoiding Nintendo's patent. If Pocket Pair chooses this route, they would owe ongoing fees but would have to rework parts of the game. Given that Palworld already has a significant traction, it is likely both sides would prefer a licensing agreement over the full injunction, especially if Nintendo sees value of collecting royalties without disrupting Palworld's market success. However, if the court or Nintendo pushes hard on injunction, Pocket Pair might prefer to modify the game elements in question to avoid both injunctions or ongoing fees. In any case, a licensing or royalty arrangement would mean Pocket Pair pays Nintendo for the continued use of certain features, likely tied the game to revenue and copies sold. There you go. Those are the different scenarios on who could win, Nintendo or Pocket Pair. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think?